Coming up in today's episode, if you want to step into your best, healthy, wealthiest self, you need to start recognizing these two assets and stop giving them away without your consent and without your conscious attention. If you're ready to go beyond the short-term dopamine of aha moments and into real actionable approaches that will help you live a life that you truly love, you've come to the right place. This show is for intellectualizers and people committed to their healing and growth that want to get to that next level, optimize their lives, bring their holistic health into balance, regulate their nervous systems, and more. We're going to be talking about why what you've tried in the past to heal and grow hasn't gotten you to where you want to be. And since I've been a licensed therapist, I've worked in the holistic health space for over a decade, I have a degree in cognitive neuroscience, I'll be talking about my unique insider's perspective on the shortcomings of therapy, phenomena in the healing and growth space that I don't see anyone else talking about, and offer a relatable, authentic commentary about how we can be the best humans that we can be holistically. So welcome to After the Aha. We're going to take it beyond the aha dopamine highs so that you can tangibly start feeling your best. I'm going to be talking about time today and our relationship with time. So this is going to be for anyone who is the overachieving, burnt out, busy bee, or anyone who feels dysregulated and feel like I just never have enough time. We're going to be talking about our relationship with time and why it's actually a critical part of feeling our best and stepping into our best lives. This is a huge topic, so I'm going to start off meta and then get more granular in terms of tactics and strategies to help you feel less stress around your time and also feel a sense of peace in your body that I have enough time, it is the right time, and to really find your power in claiming your own time. So at a bigger meta scale, I see time as one of our most valuable assets. And this is because we all get the same 24 hours in a day. Even the wealthiest, richest people can't buy more time. They only get 24 hours in a day. That being said, the wealthiest, richest people that I know aren't trying to just stack up more money just for the sake of having a bunch of money in their bank account. They're stacking up a bunch of money because it gives them more free time. It gives them more power and choice to be able to do what they want with their time. Another one of your most valuable assets is your attention. I would even go so far to say that your attention is the most sought after asset on the planet right now. I mean, think about social media. You are not paying via money. You are paying via your time and your attention. Your attention and your time are the two most valuable, sought after assets on the planet right now. And if you want to step into your best, healthy, wealthiest self, you need to start recognizing these two assets and stop giving them away without your consent and without your conscious attention. So many of us are giving away these most valuable assets because we have dysregulated nervous systems. This can show up in so many different ways, but one of the most common ways that I see it is that at the end of the day, we end up doom scrolling on social media or we binge watch on Netflix. And we are doing this as a way to regulate our nervous systems. We are trying to get in our dopamine fix and feel better. But then what that ends up doing is that we are giving away our most valuable assets of time and attention to things that often aren't conscious. It's just an addictive pattern. And at the end of the day, we don't feel better and we aren't getting ourselves closer to actually having a more regulated nervous system or spending our most valuable assets on things that are going to give us a high return on our investment. So here's the first tangible activity for this episode to really help you reclaim these most valuable assets. Literally write down on a piece of paper every single thing that you are spending your time and your attention doing. And then ask yourself, did I get a return on this investment? Acting as if your attention and your time are assets and are something that you are investing into. Is this actually bringing something back into my life that is making me feel more regulated, that is helping me step into my best self, that is giving me appropriate rest? Whatever it might be, is this feeding me? Is this benefiting me? And making sure that you are at least using these assets in a conscious way. I will say that learning how to regulate your nervous system is one of the smartest investments that you can ever make because it trickles out into your life in so many different ways, including giving away these most valuable assets, but also it has the highest return on your investment than anything I've ever seen. And that's coming from my own personal experience. And also I work with thousands of clients all around the world with the 7-center system and helping teach people how to regulate their nervous systems now, that I get to see the full transformations of people going from having a dysregulated nervous system to then learning how to regulate their nervous system, and the ways that that not only makes them more money, but it helps them feel more focused, like they can focus their attention and they feel more productive in their life and in their work. They feel like they have more improved relationships, which can also feel so much more fulfilling than money ever can. And they can also feel like they actually love themselves and like they are fulfilled with what they're doing with their time. Like there are so many different things that having a regulated nervous system impacts, either hurts or helps in your life. So if you're looking for something and maybe you're all worried now, like, oh no, maybe the ways that I'm spending my time and attention, now I'm stressed out about how I'm doing that and I'm not doing it right. If you are at all feeling that way, regulating your nervous system is one of the best things that you can do for yourself to take back control of your life and these top two assets. If you'd like a safe, proven, holistic way to regulate your nervous system, go ahead and go into the show notes. You can learn more about my 7-center system there, and you can get me and my team support in all of this so that you don't have to do it alone. When we're dysregulated, we also feel like we never have enough time, and we feel like it's never the right time. It's never the right time to start that business. It's never the right time to approach that cute person at the park that we want to go on a date with. It's never the right time to invest in ourselves. Whatever it might be, it feels like we don't have enough time and it's not the right time. But I just have to say that with a dysregulated nervous system, it will never feel like the right time. And therefore, we have life's opportunities just pass us by, and then we wonder why we aren't feeling fulfilled. It's because we're dysregulated, and all of the opportunities that might come in, we say, no, I don't have time for that. Oh, nope, now's not the right time. Now imagine how much would change if you had a regulated nervous system, if you felt safe in your body, so that when opportunities arose, you not only said, yes, absolutely, I can do that, but you're not going to take it on in a way that's going to burn you out. Because that's the other side of the spectrum, right? There are some people who will shut down and say, nope, I don't have the time, I can't. And then there are other people who will say, yes, absolutely, and kind of more on that people-pleasing side or overachieving side, and we will overdo it, but then we will burn ourselves out in the process, and then we are on this perpetual pendulum swing of overdoing it, burning out, overdoing it, burning out. So a regulated nervous system not only helps us embrace those opportunities and say yes to those opportunities when they arise in life, it also makes sure that we seize those opportunities and that we do our best with them so that we can do it sustainably and have actual happy fulfillment in our lives. Now, if you are someone who is saying, I don't have the time to learn how to regulate my nervous system right now, let's check in for a moment about that, because there's a couple of different tangible things that I really want you to stay curious about. So the first thing is that I want you to go into and look at your screen time right now. Go ahead, you can stop, pause this, go and look at in your settings what the screen time is that you are currently using on your phone. How much time are you spending on YouTube? How much time are you spending on Instagram? How much time are you spending on TikTok? Imagine with me, if you spent 20 minutes of that time that is on that screen time report regulating your nervous system, which is all that my nervous system regulation routine that I teach people in the 7-center system, it only takes 20 minutes a day. If you allocated that 20 minutes to learning how to regulate your nervous system versus scrolling, I just wonder where that would get you in your life. That's the first thing, checking your screen time and seeing, can I allocate any of this time? I'm not saying stop scrolling, stop getting on any of these apps. There are valuable things that you can be doing on these apps that you can get a high return on your investment. That being said, I would really just ask, if you were to take just a portion of that time and you would put it toward regulating your nervous system, where might you be? So that might be something to stay curious with. The second thing to stay curious with is a challenge that I'll give you to have throughout the rest of the day or throughout this week. This was something that I had a mentor tell me once, and it changed my life, because I have traditionally been a overachieving perfectionist that I would often say, I don't have time for that. I would get burnt out because I had so many things on my to-do list that adding another thing just felt overwhelming. And for a long time, I was in that place. So my mentor at the time gave me the challenge to replace the words, I don't have time for that right now, with I am not prioritizing that right now. And that was a game changer for me. I didn't realize how much I was disempowering myself by saying I don't have time for that. Because once I started shifting into saying I'm not prioritizing that right now, not only did it help me feel like I was making more conscious choice toward what I was prioritizing and making sure that what I was prioritizing was in alignment with my values, it was also making it so that I was accurate with my word. Because in reality, I did have time. Even though, I kid you not, I was working 120 hours a week and in grad school at this time, so I understand what it means to not have more time. But in reality, I was still scrolling. I was still watching Netflix. I was still spending time doing things that were not healthy for me in that in-between time. So whenever I was saying I don't have time for that, I was disempowering my ability to choose what I did with my time because I believed that I had none. It put me in a place of lack. I don't have it. Where instead, whenever I switched to I'm not prioritizing that right now, it put me into a place of more creatorship and in more control of my time and making sure that what I did have, even though it was a very small amount of time, that I was using that time in a way that was conscious and going towards something that I valued and something that was going to help me step into my best self. The last thing I'll talk about in this episode is about how we can use our little time travel machines, which are our minds, to make it so that we are taking advantage of the time that we currently have and really anchoring us into what we have to be grateful for. This is an activity that I've been doing a lot lately, and it's been truly helping me make sure that I keep my priorities straight and has been really anchoring me into gratitude. So what I've been doing is when I wake up in the morning, I will go into a meditation before I get out of bed, and I will act as if I am my 90-year-old self that is waking up in my current time, location, age. And I'm seeing my life currently through my 90-year-old's eyes. And this has been powerful because it's been helping me make sure that I'm not taking for granted what I currently have. If you were your 90-year-old self looking back on your day today, what way would you embrace the current people that are alive in your life? What ways would you embrace your youth and your ability to move around more freely? What ways would you be looking back at this time in your life and romanticizing how these were the best days? Because oftentimes I find myself going through autopilot and we just get into a place where we're taking for granted so many of the things that are going right in our lives, especially if you're someone who's really focused on self-optimization and becoming your best self. You're always focused on that next thing that you're getting to. And a lot of the time that can put us into a place of lack and feeling like, oh, I'm not to the place that I want it to be yet. Where if we can get into our time traveling minds and what we are going to be looking back at, we can really start to embrace what is currently happening and is going right for us. Whenever we're focused on what is right and what we do have to be grateful for, even though we are working on things, it is going to amplify what's already going right and bring even more good things into our lives. As we wrap up, I want to send a special thank you for spending your most valuable assets with me today, because I recognize that you've spent your valuable time and attention listening to this episode. So truly, thank you so much. And if you found that this was helpful for you in any way at all, and you found that this brought in a positive return on your investment of your time and attention, please leave a 5-star review on anywhere that you listen to podcasts, subscribe to YouTube, leave comments below so that I know what questions you have, so that I know what topics you want me to talk more about. I would love for this to be a conversation back and forth versus me just talking at you. I want to hear your input, and I really, really value you being here. So thank you so much. And thank you for all the time that you spend regulating your nervous system, because not only does it improve your life and makes you step into your best self, it also improves everyone around you, and it helps improve the world in so many ways that we need. Because when we are dysregulated, our prefrontal cortex goes offline, which is an important part of our brain that helps us come together, that helps us communicate well, that helps us create solutions, that helps us stay functional, and we need more and more of that in our world today. So thank you for all of the ways that you are contributing to more collective peace through learning how to regulate your nervous system. If you want any of me and my team's help in learning how to do that, go ahead and check out the show notes below, and I will see you in the next episode.